Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Sonia Verardo here from trenchcollection.com, fashion and beauty blog. I was sitting here in my living room filming some videos for you guys, and then I realized I might just as well do a quick pregnancy update, because my last vlog was second trimester pregnancy update, and now I'm in my 31st week. Actually, today is Friday and I just entered my 31st week. Let me just make sure it's the date. Yeah, it's Friday 18th of November 2016 just for the record. So I entered my 31st week of pregnancy. What's going on? Well, I do have some changes. My belly is definitely bigger. And I will show it to you later. I can definitely feel and see movements. Yesterday I was here on my couch doing some work on YouTube and whatnot, and I felt kicking in my belly, and I looked down and I saw my clothes moving. So that was really weird and exciting at the same time. So I started, looking at my belly. I had just a cami on, and I could definitely, see the movements. Now, I did not see if it was leg moving or arm moving or what was moving underneath my skin, but I could definitely see the movements, not only feel them, but, my whole belly was just going places. So that was very, odd feeling, but also it made me feel more calm and more serene. Because sometimes when I look at my growing belly, I feel scared almost, because the belly is growing, and therefore it means I will have more weight. I mean, it's lovely, it's beautiful that my baby is growing. I don't wish anything else but healthy and healthy and beautiful baby, well-nourished baby, but it means that I will have more, health issues, stressing my body, because this evening, for example, sciatica caught up with me, and this morning I woke up early and my leg was in so much pain. So I had to lie on my back. My hubby knows about sciatica, so he gave me some instructions on how I can heal my body. So I had to lay on my back and just put a lot of cushions between my legs, and I stayed in that resting position for a while, and then I turned to my side, and I was able to get some sleep. I just used the natural cream with arnica extract, so I don't know. It's not as effective, but it eased my pain. So today I'm basically resting. I'm not really moving a lot. I'm in my house. So I'm hoping this pain won't persist, and I really hope that with the weeks it won't get worse, as the time goes by, as my belly grows. I really hope I won't develop any serious problem with sciatica, because I know it can be quite painful. What scares me sometimes, what makes me feel anxious when I look at my belly, is the fact that when I look at my pregnant belly, I remind myself that sooner or later I'll end up in a hospital, and I still have to work on that. I still have some issues in my head that I need to sort out. When it comes to hospitals, I am just freaked out. I hate just the idea of having to go to the hospital, of having to stay there overnight, even more than one night, of having to use the bathroom and just be there, just be there. I need my private space, I need my private moments. I'm just so freaked out when I think that at one point my life is going to be in the hands of doctors and nurses and obstetricians and whatnot. I'm just freaking out like crazy. So those basically are two things that freak me out. But other than that, it's a really lovely feeling, feeling your baby moving inside of you. It's something that really makes me happy. I wasn't expecting that. It's very new. It's very new feeling that I'm experiencing. Also, I started prenatal course 2 weeks ago, and so far so good. I was expecting to hear horror stories, and I was like, if I'm going to hear horror stories, I'm going to just stop going there, because my friend is attending another prenatal course, and they only talk about their fears, which is not constructive at all. So she's freaking out a little bit, even though she was always calm and cool and put together. Now she's freaking out. So I was like, if my course is going to be like that, I'm just going to quit, you know. But luckily only one girl has children already, so we are all first-time moms, so we don't know what to expect. And I'm the only like crazy there, because I'm the only one with these psychological issues that is scared of hospitals and blood works and exams. Others have more physical problems, so I can consider myself lucky that I did not have so far physical problems, that so far up to this stage of my pregnancy I had a healthy and nice pregnancy, and I'm just hoping and praying that it will stay that way. But on psychological level I had a lot of issues to deal with, and I still have. So the fact that there is only one mom there is a great thing, because they don't have their horror stories of birth and labor to tell. So we are all like new to this experience. And the girl that is already a mom, she had natural childbirth. She doesn't even know what epidural is. So I was like laughing inside of me, thinking, okay, great. this one won't freak us out. So other than that, we did get some useful information about breastfeeding, and I am just amazed at how a human body works. So basically I learned that newborns, they don't really need to feed in the first few hours when they are born, but they put newborns on your chest to bond, and then newborn basically instinctively goes to your breasts, and it finds your breast because of these odors that your nipples kind of produce, like hormones. So newborns are attracted to that, and they have this instinct, and they know where to attach and start breastfeeding basically, even though they aren't hungry, but it's just something that they do. And when they do that, they basically send an impulse to your body to start producing milk, because the very first days you don't actually have the real milk, and your baby, by breastfeeding, stimulates that production of milk, and at the same time it sends impulses to your uterus saying that you know, labor is over and it should contract. So that's basically amazing. Obstetrician told us that our body is basically perfect machine created by the nature, the way it is. So I'm hoping I will be able to breastfeed. I know that there might be some problems and issues. If I come across some really major problems when it comes to breastfeeding, I won't insist on breastfeeding. Like, it's not that my mind is set up on breastfeeding, that I have to do this, you know. Because I do have like very open mind when it comes to this, and I'm ready to try out this experience, because it's only natural. So we will see, you know, what my body can do. But even obstetrician said that it's our own personal choice, and that nobody should judge us for that. So there are women who decide not to breastfeed, not because of health reasons, but because they just decide not to. And it's something that should be respected. Who are you to judge? I'm not judging you, so you shouldn't be judging me. Also, there are some women who decide to breastfeed at any cost, and there are some who breastfeed up until the kid is like 5 years old. I don't know. So yeah, we are all different, and nobody should tell us what to do. We should not feel pressured into making this decision by our partners, or by our parents, or by our partner's parents, or friends, or family, or whatever. my obstetrician is very open-minded, and I really appreciate her for that. And she told us that the most important thing is that you as a mother are calm, that you as a mother aren't anxious, aren't stressed out, that breastfeeding isn't causing you pain or anxiety, because if it is, then your child will basically know that, and you won't be happy and your child won't be happy. If you aren't stressed out, you can give so much more to your kid, you know. And I am saying that I'm open to breastfeeding. I just would not like to breastfeed in public, and now I'm not against breastfeeding in public. It's just my personal personal opinion that this is something very private between me and my baby, and I wouldn't even like to breastfeed when I have visits like my friends or family besides my partner. I would not even feel comfortable breastfeeding around my husband's parents or my own mom for that matter. I would just like to keep these moments very private between me and my child. And I know that it's, you know, a natural thing. It's only natural to breastfeed. I do not by any means judge nobody who breastfeeds in public. More power to you, you know. But I know that this world is like full of creeps, and I just don't want to attract any attention on this very intimate moment of me breastfeeding my child. Here in Italy we don't have a lot of corners designed for breastfeeding, so maybe that's an issue as well. In other countries I'm sure there are a lot of, you know, places where you can actually breastfeed a little bit more privately, even if you're in public, but here it's just not that way, so I just don't really feel comfortable. And I think you should feel comfortable, you should feel at ease, because those are very private moments of you and your kid bonding. And you know, I don't know, it's just, it might change in the future the way I feel about it, but so far this is how I personally feel when it comes to me, not when it comes to others. I really don't really care about what others decide. You know, I went on and on about breastfeeding just because the last time I attended the prenatal course, this is what the topic was. And the next topic is going to be childbirth and possible complications, so I might skip that one because otherwise it's going to be a long pregnancy update on my anxiety. Great news today. I found out the results of urine exams because I repeated those, and basically they are all clear, so everything is perfect, and I'm so happy. And I did blood works, you might remember in my vlog. I never updated you on the results, so basically luckily my glucose went down a lot, and it was 78, which is pretty low actually, not too low, but it's like okay. My thyroid levels are fine, and the cytomegalovirus is the same as it was before. I never had it, so I'm not immune to that. Next week I have my appointment with a gynecologist, and I have ultrasound, and we will see, you know, what she tells me, and we will see the baby, how it's progressed and everything. And I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and praying that everything goes well, because, you know, guys, I'm super anxious and nervous when it comes to these things. I always imagine stuff, but let's just stay positive. Today I have reasons to be positive, and today I have reasons to be happy. Let me tell you a little bit more about my glucose, because I have been mentioning it in my vlogs, but I never really touched that subject. So basically, even before I was pregnant, like every single blood test that I've done in my life so far, I had 99 glucose level, or even 110. Once that was a little bit borderline, so that never was an issue, because 99 is actually considered normal, between the norms. But when you're pregnant, those norms lower, so immediately 99 isn't normal anymore, it's higher than you're supposed to have. And I did not get higher glucose in my pregnancy. It's just the way it always was, but it wasn't high, it was normal, and all of a sudden it's considered high. So I was like, what? So basically doctors made this whole issue about gestational diabetes and this and that, and I was just super stressed out about it. When I was doing my blood test, I never really thought about what am I eating the day before, you know. I am the person who loves fruits and sometimes will eat fruit as a meal, like as a lunch. I will eat fruit salad, and I do like to grab a quick snack like chocolate bar or something like that. And I normally eat very late in the night because my hubby works until late, so I will sometimes eat even at 11:30 p.m. So it's just the way my body and my organism worked, and I never experienced any problems with that. But now in my pregnancy they all kind of started worrying me about this gestational diabetes issue and whatnot, and I decided I should reduce my glucose levels just to be on the safe side. So I eliminated most of the processed sugar from my diet. I still ate fruits, but not as much. And I ate bread or pasta or pizza maybe once a week. I was very careful on what I'm eating. I started paying more attention on ingredients and how many certain food contains sugars and whatnot. And also the day before my blood test, I stopped eating at 7:30 p.m. So I did everything that's supposed to be done to just keep your glucose levels in norm. I felt that I don't have diabetes problem, but I heard all these, you know, huge stories about diabetes. Everybody was talking only about that in your pregnancy, and I really did not want to do glucose tests because I feel that everything these days turns around statistics. You know, you have to look even at individuals. You know, I know my body, I know how I function. For personal reasons, I really did not want to stress out my body and my baby even more than I was already stressing it out, because all these exams are making me so anxious, so nervous, and I just really want to disappear when I need to do a blood test. So knowing that I will drink that sugary liquid and they will draw my blood for like 3 or 4 times in the same morning, I just wanted to die, you know, I just wanted to die. And you might judge me or whatnot, but I was pretty convinced that I don't have this health issue, you know. My urine samples are clear, I am eating very healthy, I did not gain weight, and all the exams that I did, you know, all the ultrasounds were indicating that my baby was developing nicely. Why should I suspect to have a diabetes? You know, why should I do this test? These days I feel, it's my personal opinion, that you know, doctors and just medicine in general will push you into making all sorts of different tests and all sorts of different exams for one thing that is supposed to be normal and natural. Like pregnancy is supposed to be natural state of your body. And ever since I became pregnant, I felt like it's like this huge drama about pregnancy, and that I need to make all sorts of different exams to be able to give a birth to my child. You know, I was feeling super stressed out. It's great that all these options exist, that all these exams exist if you're willing to take them, you know, but I just don't want to feel pressured. At the beginning of my pregnancy, in the first trimester, all I ever heard was about Down syndrome, about amniocentesis, about genetical tests, about all kinds of genetical disorders. You know, just give me a break, just leave me alone. It's my personal choice. I did not want to do these tests, you know. You should not fill my head with all these informations about what can possibly go wrong, because that way you just can't enjoy your pregnancy. You know, you're just obsessing about everything that could possibly go wrong. So I don't know. Anyway, guys, I hope you understand me a little bit. Anyway, guys, that's my update for the 31st week. Next week is going to be super hectic for me because I have prenatal course 2 days a week. I have to visit the hospital where I'm planning to give birth, and it's going to take 2 days. I also have ultrasound, and I have a gynecologist visit. So there are going to be plenty of things. I'm hoping it won't be too stressful, but I will update you on how my pregnancy is going as soon as I can, as soon as I find a bit of time. Okay, this is my bum for 31 weeks. I can still button up my shirt, but let me just show you how it looks like. So here it is. It's getting pretty big, isn't it? My baby bump. I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog, and I will talk to you later in my next video. Ciao!